It's the Global Championship 2023, regarded by many as the most competitive GC ever. After battling through the group stage, survival stage, and the last chance, we finally have our 16 finalists fighting for that ultimate trophy. The favorites? Naturally, the defending champions. And this time, they are also the home team. But the spotlight has also shifted towards the three Mongolian giants: Stalwart Esports, For Medical Vibes, and IHC. The firepower these three bring has been unmatched, and leading the charge is Stalwart Esports. This time Stalwart are at their absolute peak, polished, disciplined, and ready. If there's ever a moment for them to lift the GC trophy, it's now. Day 1 of the Grand Finals wasn't going the way Stalwart fans had hoped. Yes, they grabbed a win in match 2 with 10 eliminations, but the rest of the games, nothing to celebrate. Now heading into the 6th and final match of Day 1, Stalwart sat in 6th place, 14 points behind the leaders Alpha 7. Not a massive gap, but enough to demand something special. But a high elimination win here could flip the script and put them on top by the end of the day. And fittingly, it's Miramar, one of Stalwart's strongest maps. The perfect stage for them to close Day 1 with momentum and confidence heading into the battles ahead. It's an easy flight path from Puerto Paraiso to La Cobrera. Stalwart Esports takes their drop in San Martin, completely uncontested. The circle forms and it favors the northern part of the map. Now this isn't bad for Stalwart at all. With San Martin inside the zone, they can take their time looting the entire city before moving out for the rotation. However, they want to play center, and for that, an early rotation is a must. You need to claim a strong position before anyone else does, especially when the meta itself favors central play. So Stalwart has to rotate early. They can't afford to wait for the next circle shift to make their move. So IC leads the rotation as they move towards water treatment, looking for a strong position. Action and NZ secure this compound, while IC and Top push forward to take control of this ridge, setting up a clean 2-2 split. The circle is a hard northern one, which means teams from Picado, La Bendita, Los Leones, and the entire south will have to rotate in. And since the meta favors playing central, rotations will be constant around this area, because it's central obviously. Now Stalwart's early rotation gives them the advantage to set up a crossfire on every team arriving. And that's what they are exactly doing. Action and NZ holds the compound to cover southern rotations while IC and Top play as information gatherers on the ridge. From here, they'll be able to scout the ongoing holdings and rotations and relay info back to Action and NZ. And if anyone dares to contest these compounds or rotate through, it's nothing less than a death trap. And the first ones to walk straight into this trap are Longshim Red Force and FaZe Clan. The duo of Longshim Red Force settles into the compound for now, and FaZe Clan, honestly I don't know why, decides to slam straight into them. But for Stalwart, this reckless move from FaZe turns out to be the best thing that could have happened.
Come off the back and take it down. One of the Loops players, Tizzy, first to receive and does so fairly strong. Does take a lot of damage, takes that lick back. Gets the heal started, Sporter there to try and cover its flank and has to face off against Ventoras as Mela looks to res Mormon here. Ventoras opens the door to the longhouse, in through, looking for the trade. An aid to bank it off, and Sporter has the pump action. Ventora's taken low as XZY has moved in for the flank. Tizzy into the longhouse as well, and Wings takes up the mantle. Ventora is caught in the cross. Tizzy steps out as Wings goes down.
Action finds an angle on Ixie and takes him down. IC from the other side confirms Ventoras to secure the elimination point, and then Action follows up by confirming Ixie for their second. Now in the meantime, the third circle is about to form, and there's a strong chance that Action and Nirzet could get pushed out, so IC makes the call. Top is set to keep his focus on Longshim and FaZe, while IC himself rotates north to the opposite end of the ridge, scouting the area and securing a deep central position for the upcoming shift. And the circle takes a hard northwestern shift. Action and Nirzet doesn't get pushed out of the circle, and that's huge for them. Their compound now sits right on the southern edge, turning them into gatekeepers while also protecting Top and IC's ridge from any backstabs. And that ridge, it stretches deep into the zone, completely under their control. This is one of those rare zone controls where you command both the edge and the center. What an amazing split by Stalwart. But now, since the lobby is still so much stacked, having such a massive split isn't ideal. So Action and Nirzet drives up the ridge and the entire team regroups. Stalwart now has the high ground and are at dead center. Their only job now is to hold their position and farm as much LMs as possible, from the rotations going on all around. Alpha 7 holds the northern building of the water treatment, 3 players all together. Top finds an angle on Carrillo, knocks him down. But at the same time, Action spots the entire team of 4MV driving straight towards the southern edge of the water treatment.
Miracle Vibes take a massive beating from Alpha 7. Lose one player out the back of the vehicle, easily finished off as well. And Stalwart over on some of the highest ground around.
Certainly has plenty of sight lines
Action steals away the elimination of East, previously knocked out by Alpha 7.
available to overlook onto that water treatment position. It's
Another knock. This time it's Doc, confirmed instantly. Now the next circle forms and it shifts north. But for Stalwart, it's no problem. They are still locked onto a strong ridge inside. And what's even better is that they have an amazing vision in all the directions because of the high ground. IC spots Shadow from Titan Esports Club, knocks him out, and Nirzet confirms it. Action then spots Persija EVOS and 628 having a rotational clash while trying to get into the circle. Nirzet joins him and they steal a couple of eliminations from here as well. Now the fifth phase begins and the circle takes a central shift. Action is out of the circle, but he doesn't need to be afraid. The rest of his teammates are holding a strong position inside, though at the edge, but a strong one. Now Stalwart has clear vision on Titan Esports Club, who are holding this compound, and it's out of the circle. They have to rotate in, and their only option is towards this direction, which literally means giving free elimination points to Stalwart. So Action and IC move forward to firstly take as much space as possible into the circle and to completely lock down TEC's zone entry. And to make things even worse for TEC, G.O.A.T.E Alliance decides to slam straight into this compound and take a direct fight with them. While on the other side, if you remember, 4MV was sandwiched earlier by Alpha 7 and Stalwart, which leaves Apex as the only one alive. He stayed quiet, giving no footsteps. So 628, thinking this compound is clear, slams straight into it. And now what happens next, I just want you to enjoy it.
And regardless of everything, like, they have put points up so far of Persija, 628, Titans. It's a nice nade from G.O.A.T.E Alliance.
oh, and a
It's
second.
a nice nade from G.O.A.T.E Alliance.
They take 2. Not quite the price of 1, but still, it's a deal and a half to take the start against Titan, who were already down Shadow. Now it's just 97. That is not going to last long. G.O.A.T.E Alliance handily take care of Titan over on the east flank. They've been sweeping this area for a long time, with Morph playing on as 2, and honestly, a very unthreatening presence in this current lobby. From the east side, G.O.A.T.E Alliance have a pretty decent line end to this one.
I will say one thing to you, John, is that
What are you going to say?
there is a big difference between these matches and League Stage and PMPLs in the fact that a lot of these teams are willing to take fights. And it's the change that Max keeps mentioning, is that teams are willing to take center, which means they're willing to take fights to fight over that central position, which is why a lot of times we're seeing, come stage 5,
Oh.
we're already down to like 35 players.
Apex.
Though, making that less players.
Apex was a 1v3 opportunity there, got the flush as well. Sunan low, trying to crawl back behind, bleeding out pretty quickly there. 33Z trying to put the nades behind, and a long crawl for Sunan results in a potential pickup here. But if Apex can land the nade, it's right on top of 2 of them. Has the DBS, plays up to the corner, but it's Nirzet to look for the shot, and Sunan gets flushed away. Now 33Z in a 1v1 opportunity around the dump truck as Apex steps up to behind it, but Nirzet from Stalwart still a factor in this scrap. 4MV may have just been thrown a lifeline here to keep things together, and there it is. Apex holds his nerve in water treatment.
Now the sixth phase begins and the circle takes a central shift. IC and Action's decision to push forward and secure this area was perfect. Now Top and Nirzet don't have to worry about entering the zone since the eastern side is already secured. On top of that, it's pretty much over for G.O.A.T.E Alliance. They are out of the circle and Stalwart already has full info on their position. And to make things even easier for them, G.O.A.T.E from Morph takes the shots to knock Olio out, exposing his own position in the process and making it easier for Stalwart to take down G.O.A.T.E as well.
Yeah, with only 2 players alive for Major Pride, they want to close their day out a little bit better than this. As G.O.A.T.E Alliance fall, they look pretty solid on the east side, but they are denied entry. The access cut off by Top.
G.O.A.T.E Alliance has been taken down, and now it's Morph, Stalwart's next target. G.O.A.T.E has exposed his team's position, and Stalwart knows that they are just a duo alive. So Top and IC push straight in, being covered by Action and Nidset. Cleon takes his shots, knocking Action out. But Naomi from the other side throws a brilliant nade to take down Cleon in return. IC and Top noticed it, so they continue pushing in, leaving Nidset to revive Action, while Yoru revives Cleon.
But four Miracle Vibes can get done here. Morph, though, on the other hand, over towards the eastern side on the ridge. Tempting to move through.
Cleon,
though, takes a big hit.
MV only getting those 2 eliminations so far, so they're going to need to step up a little bit more. Action is down for Stalwart.
12 elims, though. Goodness me.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying. They've climbed up. You can see them in 2nd place right now with those elimination points. Yet to add the placements on top. So S2G certainly not only dealing with Alpha 7, but also the team from Mongolia, Stalwart, coming in as plenty of people's favorites for this whole tournament, for this grand finals. They've been doing bits. Major Pride, they shut down their day in less than honorable fashion.
Oh, I don't be so harsh to them.
Now the next circle forms and it pushes Stalwart out. But the good thing for them is that the entire eastern and the southern sides are clear. Their backsides are clear. And most importantly, they have the information. They know G.O.A.T.s are out of the circle. They need to get in, but they are being gatekept by Loops. Now how do Stalwart know that Loops is out here? Because Naomi from Major Pride was eliminated by Loops, and they saw it in the kill feed. And Yoru was eliminated by Paragon. So Stalwart knows that there's 2 teams out here. They also know Apex is out here and Alpha 7 is holding near this compound. The only information they might not have is that if there's any team out here, which is highly unlikely because if there's any team, they would have already taken shots on Loops. Plus they would have been completely exposed towards Alpha 7 and Apex. So all in all, they have all the required information. Their only job now is to execute their plan correctly. Stalwart form a 2-2 split yet again. Action and Nidset head towards the center to secure a strong position inside the circle, while IC and Top move towards G.O.A.T.s and Loops to look for any opportunity to third-party them. Meanwhile, on the other side, Weibo has to get into the circle as well. How do they do it? They decide to slam straight onto Loops and take a fight with them.
Stayed up a little bit later for that one. Unfortunately, we're not seeing them here. The PMWI 2-time champions, you know, just not able to perform towards PMGC, but
PMGC.
Loops is still in the fight. They're going at it with WBG. There's a 1-knock trade, I think, going on through, because Waimau did get taken out of it. Loops, they were playing very, very central, and WBG just moved in from the north side of S2G. They crashed onto the compound, and here we find ourselves with just Chief remaining. The nade does the dirty. The final player from Loops falls.
Now at this point, just look at Stalwart's positioning. They have already set up a death trap. There's no way Weibo and G.O.A.T.s will be able to move into the circle. It's just a matter of time before they get wiped out either by Stalwart or they fight each other and the rest goes by the play zone. While on the other side, S2G and Alpha 7 engage in a fight of their own.
More than want to reclaim the throne here. I think they're hungry for it at this point in time. Alpha 7 still holding that first place. With a chicken dinner on board, very doable to massively leap over the top of Alpha 7, but difficulty comes in the fact that Alpha 7 still in this game over on that southwest side. S2G currently dealing with them.
Currently, Blank, our 5 chicken dinner winners are the top 5 in the tables. We'll see if they can add one extra to it. Looks pretty likely, but G.O.A.T. might have other ideas. For MV, they go down. Blank, they didn't make their quota. You're going to be mad with that one. Look at Paragon, though, hanging on by his fingertips there as Sue goes down. Unfortunate shot there, but Lamborghini gets the flush, and they're stepping on in. They're in through the windows, and SPG going to be pretty unhappy about that. What a shot through the doors. Paragon is looking to shut things down. Ming has an answer, though, and G.O.A.T. being given a run for their money.
Ming still going. I love this. Ming, the king of the castle himself, up towards the top side. Lamborghini underneath. Looks to drop the nade out the window. It's great.
Nurz.
And WBG will stay alive here. Nurz helps the situation along, but a 14 elimination match so far right now for Stalwart, with likely 2 more eliminations coming through. It's going to be a big game. Silas once again.
On the west side, S2G from the east, Stalwart trying to find WBG in the mix of it, but Ming is still there. Nurz 1v2 has backup from Action. Stalwart, 4 players, and S2G with a chance now to go back-to-back on their home turf, but they're low on the HP bars. Hamzy spotted, taken out, 2 players now. Razy's down, getting knocked, and now it is just the one Lone Ranger. But it's Silas. Can he make it work? 18 eliminations, Blank. And he's going to burn himself away. He doesn't want any of that heat. It's Stalwart.
Make that 19 towards the end. 29-point game coming through for Stalwart. And I think for them, they expected this to be a lot easier.